Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Rosa Nyarath, a photographer, an upcoming scriptwriter, and a baby in the YouTube fraternity. Thank you for being with us. Keep on following, subscribing, and thank you so much for continued support. Welcome back. Our topic for today is misconception on single ladies in church. What are the common misconceptions about female young adults? Out there, as we are perceived, or rather as we are seen as singles, I'm saying we because I'm still included in the segment of single young adults, we are viewed differently by the society, and also there are several misconceptions. So today I have roughly about 10 points on the misconceptions. Point number 1, they are too spiritual. So we are often perceived as holier than thou people, and you'll often find sometimes you go on a date, or rather someone is flirting with you, but they are using Bible verses to quote it. So that is a misconception. Yes, we love Christ, we follow Christ, but it does not mean that we eat, we feed, we walk, we talk, thou, thou, thou. The second misconception is that single ladies in church are desperate. We are often viewed as desperate women that are looking for something. And in this case, this something is an available man in church. That is another misconception. People go to church for different reasons, yes. There are desperate people in church, I agree. And there are those that are there to worship. There are those that are there for other personal reasons, but not desperation that puts all the young adults in one basket of desperation. So no, that is another misconception. Our point number 3 is insecure. Insecure. Women are often viewed as very insecure and having low self-esteem, and in this sense they assume that they need a confidence booster. That is another misconception. It is very wrong to think of that. We have built our self-esteem. I have built my personal self-esteem, and there are women out there that are really bold, know what they want, their esteem is just on another level. So assuming that we are insecure, or rather women in church are insecure, is just a misconception, as we've said. Point number 4 is focusing on the wrong thing. Often we are perceived to be focusing too much on building ourselves career-wise, or rather building ourselves in church, focusing too much in church and not focusing on the other, dating life, hence losing it, or not being in track or on the path. That is another misconception that have been put on women in church. I'll still remind you, if you're flowing, if you feel like this is right, just then put a thumbs up. And if you have other misconceptions that I haven't mentioned, kindly comment down below. Remember to comment and share. The other misconception is that we don't get asked out on dates. That is so untrue. We often do get invited to dates, and we often go on dates. We don't shut them out. We are open like that. It is just a misconception because we are in church, we are single, every Sunday we are not available out there, we are in Kakundi in church, and so it is assumed that we are holier than thou, rather, or I don't know what exact word to put it to show that people assume that we don't get invited on dates. But this is totally wrong. I do as a woman, so I have seen it as a misconception. We get lots of DMs, we get poked. Yeah, so we actually get asked out on dates severally. Our point number 6 is we are too picky. That is another untrue statement. women are not too picky. Okay, I would rather say that I would use women, but there's a percentage that is picky, I don't dispute that. But we are often perceived as too choosy and with lots of pride, hence being single at our current age. And that is so wrong and so untrue. Because you'll find, even as friends, when you're talking and having a conversation, someone will be like, Rosa, you must be too selective for you not to be having someone. And this one, I believe other women go through that. Yes, if you're a single lady out there and you've ever been told that you're too picky, kindly comment. You're too choosy, kindly comment down below. Support this point. And if you think I am lying that this is a misconception, then please also comment down there. If you think that it is actually true that I am, or rather all other ladies out there are too choosy, kindly comment down below. And our point number 7 is we are lonely. Single ladies are perceived to be lonely. There's some truth to it, and there's lots of lie in it. Yes, we tend to be lonely, but who say that only single people are lonely? First, you'll find someone in a relationship, someone dating, someone married, but they are lonely in their relationship. That is a fact. I've been there. I've dated and felt lonely in a relationship. Also, there are times that we are lonely, and there are times that we are actually very okay. The fact that we are alone does not mean that we are lonely. Often at times we get lonely, yes, but it is not true. It is a misconception. It is a false that all single ladies are lonely. Another misconception is it is easy to meet people. So often you'll find women told that just go out there, you'll find people. It's so easy to meet people. Or online, there are some dating sites that you can go into and meet people. What you do not know is a conversation online can actually be interesting, but now bringing it out on real life can be a bit hectic. So for me, it's not too easy to meet people. There are different circles, sometimes in work areas, and you're told, uko kuna watu, you'll meet people. Yes, you'll meet people, and it's true. But who said you're meeting people that are interested in meeting you? So it is not as easy as people assume. Point number 9 is hiding in church. We are assumed that women that are born again, single, and are in their adulthood do hide in church. Now, by hiding in church, it's seen in 2 different ways, or I will break it down in 2 different ways. This is one where it says that most women that are late, like we are normally told we are late, so the women that are late to settle hide in church because they've sinned miserably. If it's abortion, they've done. If it is dating and sleeping with everyone else, they've done it. And now they are looking for a safe haven. And now their safe haven is church, where they're going to find a good guy. So that is another misconception. And also, church is built for the sinners. You can sin, but you come for redemption. You go back to Christ. And the fact that someone has repented their sin and gone back to Christ is not to mean that they are hiding. They are just changed people. As simple as that. Another misconception is that they're hiding in church to avoid connection with others. So you'll find them in church being too spiritual, prayerful, and all that, just to avoid the outside communication or the outside life, or being judged or anywhere. So if asked any question, utasikia Mungu Yesu ni Bwana, and mimi namtumikia Yesu, Yesu pekee, Bwana yangu ni Yesu. So that is how they hide in church. We love Christ, we pray, we are prayerful, we follow Christ to the extent that we feel we are deep in Him, but that does not mean that we are hiding in church. And our final misconception, our number 10 misconception, is we haven't grown yet. So mostly we are assumed not to have grown enough. By growth, I don't mean spiritual or physical or age-wise, but in terms of maturity. I will say in terms of maturity. So we are seen not to have grown yet, and hence being single at our stage. Thank you so much for being with us. I hope you'll share this video, tell a friend to tell a friend, come with points, and also I'm still inviting you to join me on set for other more exciting topics that we might be discussing. See you in our next video.